Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Sunday, January 17, 2021. Deutsche Welle report. Israel approves West Bank settlement homes ahead of Trump exit. Israeli authorities on Sunday advanced plans to build an additional 780 homes in West Bank settlements, the anti-settlement monitoring group Peace now said. The approvals are widely seen as taking advantage of the last few days of U.S. President Donald Trump's administration. Trump broke with decades of U.S. diplomacy by unilaterally declaring that the settlements no longer breach international law. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced the planned construction earlier this week.
CNN report. Baby giraffe dies at Nashville Zoo after being stepped on by mother. The Nashville Zoo is grieving the unexpected loss of a newborn Maasai giraffe. The first-time mother, Nasha, 6, gave birth to a healthy calf on Saturday following a complicated delivery, according to the zoo. But after announcing the birth, zookeepers noticed the calf was in distress. Shortly afterward, they announced the tragic loss. "We are heartbroken to announce that Nash's calf died shortly after our birth announcement earlier today after the calf was accidentally stepped on by her mother," the zoo wrote.
Fox report. FBI arrest another Tennessee man over Capitol riot selfie, Facebook post decrying Antifa, BLM. The FBI arrested a man in Nashville early Sunday morning after he allegedly posted from his Facebook account about participating in the riots at the U.S. Capitol on Jan. 6, also adding some criticism for Antifa and Black Lives Matter. Blake A. Reed, 35, was arrested by FBI agents in Nashville Sunday morning, the U.S. Attorney Middle District of Tennessee announced on Twitter Sunday. The tweet said Reed was charged in connection to the Capitol riots, but did not provide additional details other than a selfie of Reed and a screenshot of a Facebook post from his account tagged with the location United States Capitol.
CNN report. A Spanish mountain climber has died after falling from K2. Spanish mountaineer Sergi Mingot has died while climbing K2, the world's second highest summit, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez announced Saturday. "Sad death of Sergi Mingot at K2," Sánchez tweeted. He wanted to continue making history by being part of the first expedition to crown this mountain in the middle of winter, and a tragic accident has ended his life. A big hug for the loved ones of this great athlete.
Deutsche Welle report. Alexei Navalny detained after landing in Moscow. Fierce Kremlin critic and political campaigner Alexei Navalny was detained after he returned to Russia on Sunday, defying warnings by Russian authorities. After landing at Moscow's Sheremetyevo airport, Navalny said all charges against him were trumped up and that he was not afraid of anything and asking you not to be afraid of anything, according to a video published by Russia's DAZ TV. He then headed to passport control where he was detained by police.
BBC report. Jailed music producer Phil Spector dies at 81. Spector, who transformed pop with his Wall of Sound recordings, worked with the Beatles, the Righteous Brothers and Ike and Tina Turner. In 2009, he was convicted of the 2003 murder of Hollywood actress Lana Clarkson. His death was confirmed by the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. California Health Care Facility inmate Philip Spector was pronounced deceased of natural causes at 25 minutes to 7 p.m. on Saturday, January 16, 2021, at an outside hospital. His official cause of death will be determined by the medical examiner in the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office.
CNN report. Montana trooper rescues driver from car submerged in icy Rivera. Montana Highway Patrol trooper is being praised for his heroic actions after pulling a driver from her submerged vehicle in the icy Yellowstone River Thursday. Trooper Connor Wager entered the near-freezing water after responding to a rollover crash south of the town of Emigrant, the Montana Highway Patrol said on Twitter. After arriving on scene, he found a vehicle on its roof with the front end completely submerged in the Yellowstone River. The driver was trapped inside the vehicle and the water was nearly freezing.
Al Jazeera report. Tunisia arrests dozens as protests break out for second night. Riots and violent clashes between Tunisian police and protesters broke out on Sunday in the capital Tunis and several other cities for the second consecutive day, while security forces arrested dozens of young people. The disturbances came as the country faced an unprecedented economic crisis and a nationwide lockdown imposed since Thursday as part of efforts to rein in surging coronavirus infections.
CNN report. A filter made for astronaut urine could soon be providing drinking water on Earth. Last month marked 20 years of continuous human presence on the International Space Station (ISS). Scientific research to improve life aboard the ISS has led to countless developments in space technology, but it has also brought benefits to people on Earth. LED lighting technology developed to help astronauts avoid sleep deprivation has been adapted for domestic use. A weight lifting system to keep astronauts fit in zero gravity is being used in home workouts.
BBC report. Clashes kill 48 people, in Sudan's Darfur region. The fighting in the state capital, El Geneina, began on Saturday after a row in which a man was stabbed to death. A statewide curfew has been imposed and Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok has sent a delegation to investigate. A conflict in Darfur that began in 2003 forced millions to flee and, despite a peace process, tensions remain. Saturday's violence comes less than 3 weeks after peacekeepers from the United Nations and African Union handed over security to the Khartoum authorities after 13 years there, reports the BBC's Youssef Taha.
Deutsche Welle report. Egypt reveals ancient archaeological burial finds at necropolis. Sarcophagi were found down 22 burial shafts at depths of 10 meters to 12 meters, about 32 feet to 39 feet, Egypt's Tourism and Antiquities Ministry announced Sunday. Also unearthed were statues, stelae, toys, wooden boats and funerary masks. The finds made by a team of archaeologists included the funerary temple of Queen Nerd, the wife of King Teti, as well as 3 brick warehouses, the ministry added.
Al Jazeera report. South Africa struggles against relentless COVID-19 surge. Johannesburg, South Africa. South Africa's health services are buckling under the strain of soaring COVID-19 infections driven partly by a new variant of coronavirus spreading across the country. Medical professionals warn that the relentless infection wave that has seen more than 130,000 new COVID-19 cases and 4,000 related deaths in the last week alone threatens to overrun both public and private hospitals.
Fox report. FBI arrest Florida hardcore leftist who plotted armed attack on pro-Trump protesters at state capitol. A self-described hardcore leftist was arrested Friday for allegedly issuing a call to arms online to recruit like-minded individuals to join him in violently confronting pro-Trump supporters expected to gather at the Florida state capitol in Tallahassee on Sunday, just days before the presidential inauguration. Daniel Allen Baker, an alleged Antifa supporter who participated in several anti-police protests last year around the country, including in Seattle's Chaz zone, was arrested, without incident, by FBI agents early Friday with assistance from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the Tallahassee Police Department.
BBC report. Greek sailing official quits after Olympic champion's sex abuse claim. Aristides Adamopoulos stepped down as vice president of the Hellenic Sailing Federation (HSF) on Saturday, soon after the allegations were made. Sofia Bekatourou said a member of HSF performed a lewd act after inviting her to his hotel room in 1998. But she did not name the individual and investigations are ongoing. Mr. Adamopoulos has denied any wrongdoing, and said he had resigned due to the great negative publicity the allegations would have on the Hellenic Olympic Committee.
Al Jazeera report. Hard-hit Brazil approves 2 COVID vaccines for emergency use. Brazil's health regulator has granted emergency approval to 2 COVID-19 vaccines as the country gears up for a mass inoculation campaign during a devastating second wave of the pandemic. The Anvisa regulator on Sunday approved vaccines from China's Sinovac Biotech and Britain's AstraZeneca for emergency use in Brazil, which has recorded more than 209,000 deaths linked to the novel coronavirus since the start of the crisis.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.